Story time, Huber.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever done this before, but it doesn't happen to me a lot now because I'm always driving places. But when I was a kid and my parents were driving and I'd be in the back seat, I'd be looking out of the side of the road, you'd see like power lines would go by and fences and stuff like that. And I would imagine some like Marty McFly, awesome dude on like some hoverboard,
Yes.
just railing off of everything.
Yeah.
And that's this game, right?
Yep.
That's not only OlliOlli, but OlliOlli 2.
Yep.
Which you've finally gotten, which you've nicknamed Jolly Jolly.
Jolly Jolly 2, welcome to Jollywood. I just picked it up on PS Plus, the gift that keeps giving. And the tutorial to this game is controller throwing. Like, it took me 30 minutes to get through the tutorial.
It's like Driver on PS1, like you can't get out of the parking garage.
It was so hard. I just didn't understand it. I was just eating shit, couldn't handle it. It's like, no, I really like the pace. I really like the aesthetic. It's always good when load times are immediate.
Yeah.
You fail, you're back. You fail,
huge.
you're back.
It's a big deal.
So it never killed the pace, and I just kept wanting to get through it. And then finally, that like StarCraft 2 style moment, everything just clicked, and I became just enthralled with this game. I love it. OlliOlli 2.
So has that difficulty persisted?
Oh, it gets harder.
And have you finished OlliOlli 2?
I just finished it. There are 5 worlds. You can get through the game pretty quickly, a couple hours. I only finished amateur. Then there's like all the levels, but on pro, you need like 3 times more points. But the progression is really nice because each level, there's 5 stars, and to get a star is an objective. And you can just do that and it'll count. You don't have to finish the run, nothing. It'll be like, score 50,000 points. You can get 50,000 points, eat shit, and it'll record.
It's kind of like mobile games have that, little like tiny sub-objectives.
Yeah. And to unlock the next level, you don't have to do anything. You can just skate through the level, get to the end, and then you get the next one. So there are a couple levels where I don't even have any stars because they are so brutally difficult, where I'm just like, I'm just going to try to ollie and land and get through unscathed. So the big difference with OlliOlli 2 is, just like in Tony Hawk, that progression, they added the manual. So now,
okay, sure.
So huge deal. You're chaining together combos. You can have one huge level-long combo, and when you pull that off, it is so satisfying. And just the way it messes with your head, to land a jump, you have to push X, and to grind, you have to push down. So there's all these times when you're getting your wires crossed, you're hitting down on the ground, but you're pushing X on a rail. So just getting that timing and getting everything nice is tough.
I'm a huge SSX fan, so I'm down just because of that. It seems like a similar vibe. Like you were saying, like chaining that combo all the way down, like there's nothing like it. And like I think in SSX I've done that like maybe 6 times in my life, like an entire run, no fails. Just like getting building up combo points the whole time. Mr. Don Casanova is behind the camera for this shoot, who we know is a big Trials fan.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this for Trials fans? Like, is the difficulty kind of the same thing, or
it is?
It seems faster.
It's really fast. So I was going to say the difference between that and like an SSX is just the speed. Like you do a quick, flip or whatever, then you grind another flip. It's just like quick bursts of flips and tricks to get through all the way to the end. You're chaining a lot more together. Whereas SSX, you're doing like big air,
right,
grind.
Yeah. So and one of these levels, one of these slices of the game is maybe like a minute, or maybe even less. Okay.
Yeah. You start out in a Hollywood level, and then there's a Western themed level, a carnival themed level, and then the final stages are nigh impossible. It's like science fiction robots everywhere. There's toxic ooze that you land in.
Is there a story?
There's no story, which is usually a deal breaker. I mean, Bossman and I share the same sentiment of, we're here for stories. Like I will slog through
your DLC extreme sports games. That's like you're really looking for a gripping narrative.
You don't need it in this. That's like Bossman and I will slug through 6s and 7s. It's why I'm a huge fan of games like Enslaved and Remember Me because of the story. But a game like this, you don't need it. It's all about the gameplay.
You gotta ease off of the Enslaved Remember Me comment. I don't know. It's like it seems to come up on Twitch.
Ever.
They got your own show now, so I'm sure it's come up. You really gotta.
Do you like them?
We really want to have a diverse conversation.
Singularity. How about that one? Wolfenstein 09.
I'll tell you what you need. Do you need an OlliOlli
Wet.
3? Is this a kind of game that where you can maybe like add on to OlliOlli 2, or like it's been what 2-3 years since the first OlliOlli?
Yeah, I think like 1 or 2 years, so it's pretty quick. Yeah, you could.
Are they on a good cycle? If you got one of these in 2 years and had to pay the same price, would you be like, that makes sense? Okay.
Absolutely. It's 15. There's a lot of stuff. There's daily grinds, which is every day there's a stage where you get one shot. Super cool. You can practice the daily grind as much as you want. And then when you initiate, okay, this is my run, you get a score and that goes to a leaderboard. So it's really cool. And those are every day. There's regular and amateur. I mean, there's a ton of stuff to do. There's a Trictionary where you can go through and try to just do every single trick in the game.
That I would get hooked on that. Yeah. If there are any kind of check off lists of especially after you've been playing a really long time, and then you can check that and see like, oh, I've never ever done that trick right there.
Yeah. There are some ones I haven't done where it's like, and I was like, what? It's impossible.
I think with Huber, when the feet leave the ground, that's when you know the hype is real.
The music is cool, the pace, the graphics, super.
I'm confirmed.
I love it. I love it. I would.
And it's free on PS Plus.
I don't know if it is right now. I think it's just.
It's been around for a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause I think I did get it free. I think I did. There was some crazy way where this game dropped into my lap because it's on my bar.
Cool.
And it was something we were doing something. We were going to live stream it or something, and I was like, oh look, it's free for some reason.
Blood told me about a game that this developer is making, Not a Hero. It's from their Roll7 is the developer. Not a Hero is coming out. It looks like OlliOlli, but a shooter. So like fast-paced shooting.
And it's just on PS4?
OlliOlli 2?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's on Steam. And I'm not sure what else.
These are things you need to look up.
I know, I'm sorry.
For Just Play Tuber.
Sorry.
That's fine. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.